I stand at the altar, staring at the closed doors, waiting for Emily to walk in. The music has already started. Ryan leans close to me and whispers, "You okay, man?" I force a smile. She's just nervous. My palms are sweating. My heart feels too loud in my chest. The doors don't open. The music keeps playing. I glance at the wedding planner. She looks confused. She checks her phone. Then my phone vibrates in my pocket. I almost laugh. Emily always texts me even when she's 5 steps away. I pull it out. One message. "Emily, I'm sorry. I can't do this. I'm leaving with Victor. Don't try to find me." My mind goes blank. Ryan nudges me. What did she say? I can't breathe. She's not coming. I whisper. What? She left. The music stops awkwardly. Guests begin murmuring. Ryan grabs my arm. Left where? With Victor Langley. He stares at me like I just spoke another language. The billionaire? I nod slowly. Behind me, I hear my mother cough. She's sitting in the front row, pale but smiling, still believing this is the happiest day of my life. Ryan lowers his voice. This has to be a joke. It's not. The wedding planner rushes up. Is everything all right? The bride is not in her room. I show her the text. Her face drains of color. Oh my God. The whispers grow louder. Where's the bride? Is this a delay? I feel everyone staring at me. Ryan clenches his fists. I'll call her. She won't answer. I try anyway. Straight to voicemail. I dial again. Voicemail. Sophie, Emily's bridesmaid, suddenly appears from the side hallway. Her mascara is smudged. I didn't know she'd actually do it, she blurts out. I look at her slowly. Do what? She freezes. Ryan steps forward. Talk. Sophie bites her lip. She's been seeing Victor for months. The words hit harder than the text. Months. I repeat. She said she couldn't marry someone who only makes promises. Victor promised her the world. I promised her the world, I say quietly. Sophie shakes her head. He showed her the world. Trips, jewelry, penthouse views. She said she was tired of waiting for you to make it. Ryan explodes. He was going to make it. The startup. Ryan, I cut him off. My ears are ringing. Sophie keeps talking like she needs to empty her guilt. She planned to tell you after the honeymoon. But Victor didn't want to wait. He sent a car this morning. This morning, I repeat. She left before the makeup artist arrived. I laugh once. It sounds broken. My mother slowly stands and walks toward me. Her steps are weak, but her eyes are strong. Son, she says softly, what's happening? I kneel in front of her, so she doesn't have to look up at me. She's gone, Mom. Gone where? With someone else. My mother closes her eyes for a moment. When she opens them, they are calm. She chose money, she says gently. I swallow. I guess I wasn't enough. She grips my hand. A woman who leaves for money would have left for something else later. Tears burn my eyes, but I refuse to let them fall. Ryan turns to the guests. The wedding is canceled, he announces loudly. Gasps fill the room. I stand up slowly and face everyone. I'm sorry you wasted your time, I say. My voice sounds distant, like it belongs to someone else. There won't be a wedding today. An older uncle mutters, how humiliating. I hear it. Every whisper feels like a knife. Ryan leans close again. Let's get you out of here. I look once more at the doors where Emily was supposed to appear in white. Instead, I see nothing. No apology. No hesitation. Just absence. I take off the ring from my finger. It suddenly feels heavy. Sophie whispers, I'm sorry. I don't answer her. I walk past the flowers we picked together. Past the photographer who slowly lowers his camera. Past the empty aisle. Ryan follows me. Say something, man. I push the doors open myself. The sunlight outside is too bright. I loved her, I say finally. I know. I look down at my suit. Perfect. Clean. Useless. She didn't just leave. I whisper. She traded me. Ryan doesn't reply. I walk down the steps alone, still dressed as a groom, but no longer anyone's husband. And with every step, my heart breaks in silence. I sit in my apartment, still wearing yesterday's suit pants. The jacket lies on the floor like a dead thing. Ryan stands in front of me, holding his phone. I didn't want you to see this alone. Just show me, I say. He hesitates. You sure? I'm already broken. Go ahead. He turns the screen toward me. Emily is laughing in the photo. Victor Langley has his arm around her waist. They're stepping out of a hotel I recognize. The picture is dated 3 months ago. 3 months, I whisper. There's more, Ryan says quietly. He swipes. Another photo. A yacht. Champagne glasses. Her hand on his chest. That was when she told me she was visiting her aunt, I say. Ryan curses under his breath. She was playing you. I stare at the screen. No, she was choosing. Choosing what? Money. Ryan kneels in front of me. You loved her. I did. She didn't deserve it. I laugh bitterly. Love isn't about deserve. It's about trust. And she destroyed it. My phone buzzes on the table. I flinch. It's my mom. I answer. Hi, Mom. Her voice is soft but steady. Have you eaten? Not hungry. Eat anyway. I sigh. Did you know? Know what, son? That she was seeing him. No, she says firmly. But I knew something was wrong. What do you mean? She stopped looking at you the way a woman looks at her future. Her words cut deep. She said I was too slow. I admit that I didn't move fast enough in life. You move with honesty, she replies. That's not slow. She wanted luxury. A woman who leaves for money will never stay for love, my mother says quietly. I close my eyes. Maybe I should have made more. You were building something real. If she couldn't wait, she was never yours. After I hang up, silence fills the room. Ryan breaks it. You still thinking about her? I'm thinking about every promise she made. Like what? She said she'd support me when my startup failed. She said we were a team. Ryan shakes his head. She said what sounded good. I stand and walk to the window. Did she ever love me? Ryan doesn't answer right away. Maybe she loved what you could become. That's not love, I say. My phone rings again. Unknown number. I almost ignore it, but I answer. Hello. It's Sophie. I shouldn't be calling, she whispers. Then why are you? Because you deserve the truth. I already know she left. There's more, Sophie says. She used to joke about it. Joke about what? Becoming Mrs. Billionaire. My chest tightens. You're lying. I wish I was. She said you were safe, but Victor was power. Safe. Power. She said marrying you would mean waiting years for the life she wanted. I feel something inside me shift. And Victor? I ask. She said with him, she could skip the struggle. I grip the phone harder. Did she ever doubt it? Sophie pauses. The night before the wedding, she cried. Hope flickers in me. Because she loved me? No, Sophie says softly. Because she was scared Victor might change his mind. That hope dies instantly. Why are you telling me this? I ask. Because watching you at the altar, I felt sick. I swallow. Don't. I'm sorry. I end the call. Ryan studies my face. What did she say? That Emily wasn't torn between two men. Then what? She was choosing between two lifestyles. Ryan exhales sharply. So what now? I walk back to the couch and pick up the engagement ring I never gave her. I thought losing her would kill me, I say. And it didn't. He nods slowly. You're still here. Yeah. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a news alert. Ryan looks at me. You gonna check it? I unlock the screen. The headline stares back at me. Billionaire Victor Langley announces engagement to Emily Carter. There's a photo of them at a press conference. She's smiling wide. He's holding her hand like a trophy. Ryan mutters, that was fast. I stare at her face. No hesitation. No regret. Just victory. I lock the phone and set it down carefully. You okay? Ryan asks. I nod once. I get it now, I say quietly. Get what? She didn't break my heart. He frowns. Then what did she do? She exposed it. I stand up straighter than I have all day. Shock fades. In its place, something colder settles in my chest. Clarity. She chose money, I say. Ryan watches me carefully. And what do you choose? I look at the dark screen of my phone. Myself. I sit alone in a quiet cafe 3 days after the news breaks about Emily's engagement. I pick a corner seat so no one recognizes me. Rough week? The barista asks as he sets down my coffee. You could say that. I stare at the steam rising from the cup. My phone buzzes again with gossip notifications. I flip it face down. Trying to escape the world? A soft voice asks. Before I can turn, something warm splashes across my chest. Oh my God, she gasps. I look down. Coffee spreads across my shirt. I'm so So sorry, she says quickly. I didn't see your chair. It's fine, I reply automatically. No, it's not. That's a nice suit. It was, I say. She grabs napkins and dabs at the stain. Please let me pay for the cleaning. You don't have to. I insist. I finally look at her properly. She has calm eyes. No heavy makeup. No flashy jewelry. It's just coffee, I say. And it's my fault. Her voice is steady, not dramatic. Okay, I say slowly. You can pay for the cleaning. She smiles. Deal. She sits down across from me without asking. You don't look like someone who spills coffee on strangers often, I say. I don't, she replies. You don't look like someone who gets surprised easily. I almost laugh. You be wrong. She studies my face. Bad breakup. Public humiliation at the altar, I say bluntly. Her eyebrows lift slightly. You're that guy. Unfortunately. She leans back. Then I owe you more than cleaning fees. I owe you distraction. That's ambitious. I try. I take a sip of my coffee. Why are you being nice? Because you look like you're trying not to fall apart. Her honesty catches me off guard. Most people just stare, I admit. I don't like staring. I prefer listening. I shrug. There's not much to tell. She left for someone richer. I blink. That obvious? It's always either money or ego. Money, I say flatly. She nods slowly. I hate that. Hate what? People who treat love like an investment. I let out a dry laugh. Then you'd hate my ex. I probably would. And what about you? I ask. What do you hate? Men who chase money more than purpose. That's specific. I've met too many. I study her again. You sound experienced. I grew up around it. Rich guys? She smiles faintly. Something like that. And you? What about me? You don't seem impressed by wealth. I'm impressed by character. Her answer sits heavy in my chest. Character didn't keep my fiancée, I say. Then she wasn't looking for it. I shake my head. You make it sound simple. It is simple. Pain isn't. Silence falls between us, but it's not awkward. I'm Isabella, she says finally, offering her hand. I shake it. I'm a guy who got dumped. She laughs softly. You have a name, I'm sure. I tell her. She repeats it like she's memorizing it. We talk for another hour. About work. About failure. About fear. You ever think of starting over? She asks. Every minute lately. Good, she says. That means you're not done. I look at her curiously. Why do you care? Because you don't look bitter. Just wounded. Is there a difference? Yes. Bitterness blames. Wounds heal. I sit with that. When she stands to leave, she pulls out her phone. Give me your number. Why? So I can make sure you actually clean that suit. I smirk. Practical. Always. We exchange numbers. Try not to let one woman define your worth, she says before walking away. Later that night, Ryan calls me. Guess who I ran into today? I ask. Unless it's a lottery ticket, I'm not impressed. Her name's Isabella. Last name, Monroe. There's a long pause. Monroe. Ryan repeats. Yeah. As in Charles Monroe. I frown. Who's that? You're kidding, right? Tech giant. Billionaire. One of the richest men in the country. I sit up straighter. You're serious? Dead serious. His daughter's low profile. Rarely in media. I think about the cafe. The simple clothes. The quiet confidence. She never mentioned it. I say slowly. Ryan laughs. Maybe she didn't care to. I stare at her contact name on my phone. No flashy bio. No titles. Just Isabella. For the first time since the wedding, something shifts inside me. Not anger. Not revenge. Something softer. Hope. But I've learned my lesson. Hope. I remind myself, must walk with caution. I wake up to my phone buzzing nonstop. Ryan texts me first. Don't check social media. That alone makes me open it. There she is. Emily. Smiling in designer clothes beside Victor. Headlines read, Billionaire's bride-to-be shops in Paris. I throw my phone on the bed. A minute later, Isabella calls. Have you seen it? She asks. Yeah. You okay? Define okay. She sighs softly. Do you want company? I don't want pity. I'm not offering pity. I'm offering dinner. I hesitate. Why? Because you shouldn't eat alone when the world is laughing. Her honesty pulls a weak smile out of me. Fine. That night, we sit on her apartment balcony. No cameras. No luxury signs. Just city lights. She looks happy, I say, staring at my untouched food. Social media is theater, Isabella replies. She always wanted that spotlight. And you? I wanted peace. She studies me. Do you miss her? I think carefully. I miss who I thought she was. That's different, is it? Yes. One is memory. The other is illusion. I let her words settle. My father called today, she says suddenly. About marriage. I laugh lightly. That's random. Not in my world. Ich glänze her. Your world. He wants me to marry someone useful. Useful. Business alliances. Investors' sons. Political families. And what do you want? She looks straight at me. Something real. I shake my head. Real doesn't seem popular lately. She leans forward. Marry me. I choke on air. What? Marry me, she repeats calmly. That's not funny. I'm not joking. I stare at her face, searching for humor. I find none. Why would you say that? Because you need a reset. And I need freedom. Freedom from what? From being traded like stock. I stand up and pace. You barely know me. I know enough. Like what? You were humiliated publicly, and you didn't beg her to come back. That's pride. That's dignity. I run a hand through my hair. This is crazy. Maybe, she says, but it solves problems. So I become your rebellion? No, she replies firmly. You become my partner. Partner in what? In honesty. I laugh bitterly. My last partnership ended at the altar. I'm not Emily. I stop pacing. I know. My father thinks love is weakness, she continues. I think love without respect is weakness. And you respect me? I ask quietly. Yes. Why? Because you were building something from nothing. That something failed. It can rise again. Her confidence shakes me more than Emily's betrayal ever did. You realize what people will say? I ask. They already talk. They'll think I'm using you. Are you? She asks directly. The question hits hard. Am I? Part of me wants Emily to see it. To feel replaced. I don't want revenge, I say slowly. Then what do you want? A chance not to feel small. You aren't small. I was treated like I was. She stands and steps closer. Then stand taller. I search her eyes. And what do you get? A husband who doesn't see me as a bank account. I don't even know how much money you have. Exactly. Silence stretches between us. This wouldn't be romantic, I warn. I'm not asking for fairy tales. Then what are you asking? Trust. I swallow. That's dangerous. So, is loving the wrong person? I look out at the city lights. If we do this, I say slowly, it can't be fake. It won't be. No hidden motives. None. No secrets. She nods. Agreed. I take a deep breath. And if I start feeling like I'm just proving something to my ex, then we stop, she finishes. I study her face one more time. You're serious, I say. I've never been more serious. My heart pounds, but not from heartbreak this time. From decision. Okay, I say quietly. Her eyes widen slightly. Okay, I'll marry you. She exhales slowly. On one condition, I nod. No lies. Ever. Deal, she says, offering her hand. I take it. For the first time since that altar, I'm not reacting to loss. I'm choosing something. Choosing a new path. And this time, I walk into it with open eyes. I stand in a quiet garden behind the Monroe estate, wearing a simple black suit. No grand hall. No orchestra. No cameras. Just Ryan, my mother, Isabella, and her father. Ryan nudges me. This feels calmer than last time. Don't remind me, I mutter. My mother squeezes my arm. This one feels right. I look at Isabella walking toward me. No dramatic dress. No heavy jewels. Just elegance. She stops in front of me and smiles. Still sure. More than before. I say. Charles Monroe clears his throat. Before we begin, I would like a word. I nod. Of course. He steps closer, his gaze sharp. Why do you want to marry my daughter? Because she asked me. I reply honestly. That's not enough. I know. Then answer carefully. I take a breath. She sees me as a man, not a project. And what do you see in her, he asks. Strength, not my money. I had no idea how much you had when I met her. He studies my face like he's searching for cracks. My daughter could have anyone, he says. I'm aware. Yet she chose you. Why? Because I won't sell her. Silence hangs between us. He narrows his eyes. What do you offer her? I swallow. I have nothing left but my name. Ryan shifts behind me, but I keep speaking. My reputation is bruised. My bank account isn't impressive, but my word is clean. Charles folds his arms. An ambition? I still have it. For wealth? For purpose? He tilts his head. Explain. I want to build something that stands on its own, not something that hides behind your empire. A long pause follows. Finally, he nods once. Good answer. Isabella smiles at me softly. The officiant begins. Do you take Isabella Monroe as your wife? I look straight at her. I do. Do you take? I do, she says before he finishes. Ryan laughs quietly. Efficient. We exchange rings. Simple bands. When it's over, my mother hugs me tightly. I'm proud of you. Are you surprised? I ask. No, she says. Relieved. Ryan claps my back. Second time's the charm. I smirk. Let's not test a third. Later that afternoon, news breaks. Ryan storms into the living room, holding his phone. It's everywhere. What is? Mystery groom marries heiress Isabella Monroe. I sigh. That was fast. Isabella sits beside me calmly. It was inevitable. My phone vibrates. Unknown number. Then another. Then a familiar one. Emily. I stare at her name. Going to answer? Isabella asks quietly. I don't think so. It keeps buzzing. Finally, a message appears. So this is your plan? Marry a billionaire's daughter to make me jealous? I show Isabella. She reads it without emotion. What will you say? Nothing. Another message arrives. You're pathetic. You couldn't handle losing, so you upgraded. Ryan scoffs. The nerve. I type 3 words. Then I delete them. I'm not playing this, I say. Isabella nods. Good. I block the number. For the first time since the altar, I feel steady. Not angry. Not desperate. Just steady. That evening, we watch a business interview on television. Victor Langley appears, smiling confidently. The interviewer asks, what do you think about your fiancée's ex marrying into another wealthy family? Victor chuckles. Oh, that, he says casually. Rebound behavior. Some men can't stand losing. I wish him well as a rebound groom. Ryan curses loudly. He's asking for trouble. I keep watching. Victor smirks at the camera. Not everyone is built for high-stakes life. I turn off the television. Isabella looks at me carefully. Does that bother you? Should it? It's an insult. I think about it. No, I say finally. It's projection. She raises an eyebrow. Meaning, he thinks life is a competition. And you? I think it's a choice. Ryan grins. That sounded wise. I lean back in my chair. Victor can mock me. Emily can rage. But tonight, I'm not the man left waiting at an altar. I'm married. On my terms. Isabella takes my hand gently. Any regrets? I look at her. No, I say honestly. And for the first time, I feel something shift in my favor. Not loudly, not dramatically, but unmistakably. The power is no longer in their laughter. It's in my silence. I'm at breakfast with Isabella when Ryan calls. Turn on the news, he says. Good morning to you too, I reply. Just do it. I grab the remote. A headline flashes across the screen. Victor Langley under investigation for financial misconduct. Isabella watches quietly beside me. Ryan's voice sharpens. You seeing this? Yeah. They're saying fraud. Offshore accounts. Hidden debt. I mute the TV. Rumors spread fast. These look real, Ryan insists. After I hang up, I glance at Isabella. You're not surprised. She folds her hands calmly. I've been watching his company for years. Watching. My father tracks unstable competitors. And Victor is unstable. He grows too fast. That's usually a warning sign. I lean back. Emily wanted fast. Fast burns out, Isabella says softly. I study her. You know a lot about business. She smiles faintly. People assume I don't. Why hide it? Because men either fear smart women or try to use them. I'm not afraid, I say. I know. She reaches across the table. You should restart your startup. I blink. Now. Yes. After everything. Especially after everything. I shake my head. Investors won't take me seriously. I'm the guy who got dumped publicly. You're also the guy who didn't collapse. That's not a qualification. It is to me. Later that afternoon, Charles calls me into his office. He doesn't look up at first. You want funding? I want a chance. For what? To rebuild. He finally meets my eyes. Is this about pride? It's about purpose. Difference. Pride proves people wrong. Purpose proves yourself right. He studies me carefully. How much do you need? Not charity. I don't offer charity. I need mentorship. Guidance. Not a blank check. A slow nod. That's smarter than asking for money. I'm done being the underdog people mock. And if you fail again, he asks. I'll own it. He leans back. Prepare a proposal. That's it. That's enough for now. When I leave his office, Isabella is waiting in the hallway. Well, she asks. He didn't laugh me out. She grins. That's progress. That night, my phone buzzes with an unknown number. I hesitate, then answer. Hello. It's me, Sophie whispers. I close the balcony door behind me. Why are you calling? Because you deserve to know what's happening. With what? With Victor. I stay silent. He's done this before, she continues. Done what? Dated women publicly to distract from business problems. My jaw tightens. And then, once the media shifts, he drops them. I grip the railing. You're saying Emily is temporary. I'm saying she's already nervous. A strange feeling twists inside me. She called me last night, Sophie adds. And she asked if you seemed happy. I laugh softly. That's ironic. She thinks he's pulling away. Why tell me this? I ask again. Because you were good to her. That didn't matter. It should have. I end the call slowly. When I step back inside, Isabella looks at my face. Sophie. Yeah. She told you about Victor's pattern? I nod. Emily might get discarded. And how does that make you feel? I struggle for words. Part of me wants her to regret everything. And the other part? I don't want to care. She walks closer. Revenge feels powerful for a moment. Peace lasts longer. I don't know if I'm that evolved. You're evolving, she says gently. I sit down, running my hands through my hair. If he ruins her, am I supposed to feel nothing? You're supposed to feel honest. Honest answer. I look at her. I want her to see that she chose wrong. That's human. But I also want to move on. That's strength. Silence fills the room. On the muted TV, another headline scrolls about frozen assets. Cracks forming. Consequences unfolding. Isabella squeezes my hand. Focus on building. I nod slowly. For the first time, Victor's name doesn't feel like a threat. It feels like a warning. And I choose to build instead of burn. I'm reviewing my startup proposal when Ryan bursts in my office. It's happening, he says. What is? Victor's company. Full investigation. Not rumors this time. I grab my phone. Headlines flood the screen. Fraud evidence leaked. Federal audit confirmed. I exhale slowly. So it's real. Very real, Ryan replies. Emails, shell companies, everything. I lean back in my chair. He always looked untouchable. Ryan smirks. No one's untouchable. That night, Isabella and I sit on the couch watching live coverage. A reporter speaks rapidly about frozen accounts and seized properties. I shake my head. He built that empire so fast. Fast empires crack faster, Isabella says calmly. You sound like you expected this. I expected instability, she replies. Not the exact timing. Ich glänze her. Does your father feel threatened? No, she says. He avoids reckless partnerships. I look back at the screen. Paparazzi surround Victor's office building. He still looked confident, I mutter. Arrogance lingers before collapse, she says. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. Then again. I already know who it is. Isabella watches me. Emily, probably. Will you answer? I stare at the screen. The vibration feels heavier than before. No. It rings again. Ryan texts me at the same time. She's trending. They're blaming her for distracting him. I silence my phone. She didn't hesitate to leave me. I say quietly. Then don't hesitate to protect your peace, Isabella replies. The phone lights up once more. This time, a message appears. Please, I need to talk to you. My chest tightens for a second. Read it, Isabella says gently. I hand her the phone. She reads the message and gives it back. What do you feel? I search for the truth. Not what I expected, which is, I don't want her back. Isabella nods. That's clarity. I thought I'd feel satisfied. And do you? I listened to the news anchor describing frozen assets and potential prison time. I feel distant. That's healing, she says softly. The phone rings again. I turn it off completely. Closure doesn't require conversation. Isabella continues. Sometimes silence says enough. I lean my head back. She chose power. And now she's standing next to collapse. Does that make you powerful? Isabella asks. I think about it carefully. No. What makes you powerful? Choosing not to answer. She smiles faintly. Healing is better than revenge. I repeat the words in my mind. Healing is better than revenge. Ryan calls again. They froze his assets. All of them. That was quick, I reply. Banks don't play games when regulators step in. Where's Emily? Outside the courthouse. Cameras everywhere. I hang up and turn the TV volume up. There she is. Not smiling. No designer glow. Just tension. Reporters shout questions. Did you know about the fraud? Are you staying with him? She shields her face. I feel something shift inside me. Not love. Not anger. Just final understanding. She looks scared. I say quietly. Consequences are loud. Isabella replies. Ich glänze her. If she comes back, what do I do? What do you want to do? I want peace. Then choose it. I nod slowly. For weeks, I imagined revenge would taste sweet. But watching this unfold, I realize something. Her regret won't fix my humiliation. His downfall won't rebuild my trust. Only I can do that. The reporter announces Victor Langley's assets have officially been frozen, pending further investigation. The camera zooms in on Emily as she steps away from him. Distance forming, just like it did with me. I turn off the TV. Isabella squeezes my hand. You're quiet. I'm free, I say. She looks at me carefully. From needing her to suffer. I stand and walk to the window. The city lights look steady. Solid. I don't want her back, I say again. Then you've already won. I shake my head gently. It's not about winning. What is it about? Becoming someone who doesn't break when others fall. Behind me, my phone stays dark. No more ringing. No more waiting. The billionaire's mask has fallen, and I don't need to watch it crack any further. The doorbell rings at 9 p.m. I'm reviewing code on my laptop. Isabella looks up from the couch. Expecting someone? No. The bell rings again. Longer this time. I stand and walk to the door. When I open it, my breath stops. Emily stands there. Her makeup is smudged. Her eyes are red. Please, she says before I speak. I grip the edge of the door. Why are you here? I had nowhere else to go. That's not my problem. She flinches. Can I come in? Isabella appears behind me, calm and silent. Emily notices her and looks down. I won't stay long. I step outside and close the door behind me. Talk, I say. Tears spill down her face. He lied to me. About what? Everything. The investigation. The money. He knew it was coming. And he used me. I stare at her without emotion. Used you how? To distract the media. To look stable. To look happy. My chest feels tight, but not from love. You knew he was flashy. I reply. I didn't know he was drowning, she snaps. You didn't check. I trusted him. The irony almost makes me laugh. You trusted him, I repeat. She wipes her tears. He's pushing me away now. His lawyers told me to stay silent. He says I'm bad for his image. And that surprises you? Yes, she cries. I gave up everything for him. I lean closer. You gave up me. She shakes her head quickly. I made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary. Her voice cracks. I was scared of struggling forever. So you chose luxury. I thought it meant security. And now I have nothing. Silence hangs between us. She steps closer. I miss you. I feel my heartbeat pounding in my ears. Don't, I say. I was stupid, she whispers. I thought money would fix my fears. And did it? No. I think about the altar. The music stopping. My mother standing with shaking hands. You humiliated me, I say quietly. I know. In front of everyone. I know. You didn't even tell me to my face. She sobs harder. I couldn't. You could text me, though. She looks down. I loved you, I continue. I would have fought for us. I see that now. No, I say firmly. You see his collapse. She reaches for my hand. I pull it back. Please, she begs. Give me another chance. I hear the door open behind me slightly. Isabella doesn't step out, but I know she's there, watching, trusting me. My heart pounds harder. Say something, Emily whispers. I look straight at her. You didn't lose me, I say slowly. She lifts her head, hope flashing in her eyes. You traded me. Her face crumples. For what? I continue. A faster life? A bigger bank account? I was afraid, she repeats weakly. So was I say. But I stayed. She sinks onto the doorstep, crying openly. I don't have anywhere, she says. You have yourself. That's not enough. It has to be. She looks up at me like she doesn't recognize me. You've changed, she says. Yes. Because of her. Because of you. She flinches. I needed to learn my worth, I add. I know your worth now, she says desperately. It's too late. She shakes her head. We had history. We had promises. I can make new ones. I don't believe you. Her sobs grow quieter, heavier. I'm sorry, she whispers. I believe that, I reply. Then why won't you forgive me? I pause. I do forgive you, I say. She looks confused. But forgiveness doesn't mean access. Her tears stop for a second. I'm married, I continue. And this time, I chose someone who didn't choose money over me. She presses her hands against her face. I ruined everything, she murmurs. You made a choice. She slowly stands unsteady. Goodbye, she says faintly. I nod once. She waits, maybe expecting me to stop her. I don't. When she walks down the driveway, I feel the weight in my chest lift. I step back inside. Isabella looks at me carefully. Are you okay? Yes, I say honestly. I close the door. Not in anger, not in revenge, but in finality. I stand in a small conference room with a projector humming behind me. Ryan adjusts his tie. You ready? As I'll ever be, I reply. Isabella squeezes my hand before sitting down at the back. Just tell the truth, she says. That's the only pitch I know. 3 investors sit across from me. Why should we trust you? One of them asks. Because I've failed publicly and kept working privately. I answer. Another leans forward. Your last venture collapsed. It did, I say, and I learned more from that than from success. Ryan clicks to the next slide. We're lean now. No wasted spending. An older investor crosses his arms. And your motivation? I don't hesitate. To build something that doesn't depend on anyone else's name. Not even your father-in-law's, he challenges. I meet his gaze, especially not his. The room grows quiet. After the meeting, Ryan exhales loudly. That was intense. You think they bought it? I ask. You didn't beg, he says. That matters. 2 days later, my phone rings. Congratulations, the investor says. We're in. I close my eyes briefly. Thank you. You won't regret it. When I hang up, I look at Isabella. Well, she asks. We're funded. She smiles softly. I knew you would be. Ryan bursts into laughter. We're officially back. I shake his hand firmly. Partner, he confirms. That evening, Charles invites me into his office again. You secured external investors, he says. Yes, without asking me for capital. I wanted independence. He studies me for a long moment. Good. That's it, I ask. That's respect, he replies. I nod slowly. I appreciate that. He leans back. You're not acting out of spite anymore. I think about that. I'm not, I admit. Why? Because revenge builds nothing. A faint smile appears on his face. You're learning. Later, Ryan rushes into my workspace, holding his phone. It's official, he says. What is? Victor Langley has been formally charged. Possible prison time. I pause. Serious? I ask. Very. I glance at Isabella. She watches my expression carefully. How do you feel? I search myself honestly. Calm. Ryan looks surprised. That's it. Well, should I feel? I ask. Vindicated? I shake my head. His fall doesn't lift me. Isabella nods approvingly. Ryan scrolls. Emily's gone silent. No public appearances. No statements. I exhale slowly. She made her choice, I say. And you made yours, Isabella replies. We spend the next few weeks building. Late nights. Coffee cups. Arguments over design. Ryan laughs during one meeting. Remember when you thought you were finished? I was wrong, I say. You were hurt, he corrects. One afternoon, my mother visits the office. She looks around proudly. This feels alive. It is, I say. You're different, she tells me. Better or worse? Stronger. That night, Isabella and I sit quietly on the balcony. You don't check the news anymore, she says. I don't need to. No, curiosity. Not about them. She leans against me. Then what drives you now? I think about the altar, the humiliation, the rage. And I think about this office, this team, this future, creation. I answer. She smiles. That's power. I realize something then. When Emily left, I felt powerless. When Victor mocked me, I felt small. But now I don't need them to fail for me to rise. My phone buzzes once with a notification about court hearings. I swipe it away without reading. Ryan looks at me from across the table. You good? I'm good, I say. And for the first time, I mean it completely. The power shift isn't loud. It isn't revenge. It's independence. I'm not the abandoned groom anymore. I'm not the rebound. I'm not the man chasing validation. I'm building my own empire. And this one stands on my name alone. The sunlight filters through the stained glass windows as I stand at the altar. My heart isn't racing from fear this time. It's steady, calm, strong. Isabella walks toward me. Her dress simple, her smile radiant. No drama, no show, just her. You look nervous, she whispers. Not for the reasons you think, I reply. She tilts her head. Explain. I used to be afraid of losing, afraid of being left behind. You're not anymore. I shake my head. I was a fool once, begging for love, craving validation. I'll let someone else define my worth. She squeezes my hand. And now I know it for myself. Ryan stands off to the side, grinning. Look at you. Clean suit, calm heart. You think this is easy? I joke lightly. Not easy, necessary, he says. My mother stands beside him, her eyes wet. I'm proud of you, son. I swallow. Thanks, Mom. The officiant clears his throat. Do you, my name, take Isabella Monroe to be your lawfully wedded wife again? I look at her, really look at her. The woman beside me, who never demanded more than honesty, never measured me by money, never left when I had nothing. I do, I say, voice firm. I do, she replies before the officiant finishes. Ich glänze her. Thank you. For what? For choosing me when I had nothing. You were never nothing, she whispers. I feel a warmth spread through my chest. It's not passion, though there's plenty of that. It's something deeper. Trust, respect, growth. The ceremony flows smoothly. Vows spoken simply, promises made quietly, rings exchanged without extravagance. Later, as we stand hand in hand outside, the sun bathing the courtyard, I reflect. 1 year ago, I was humiliated, betrayed, broken in front of everyone I cared about. Emily's face, Victor's smirk, Sophie's warnings, my mother's tears. All of it feels distant now, like a lesson I had to endure to arrive here. Do you ever think about him? Isabella asks softly. Victor? I shake my head. Not much. His empire crumbled, his arrogance exposed. Emily disappeared from view. Karma did its work. And you, she presses. I look at her, really see her. My real victory wasn't his downfall. It was becoming a man who doesn't break when others fail. A man who doesn't chase validation or revenge. She smiles and leans closer. And did you become him? I think so. I whisper. I learned patience, humility, and what's truly important. She tilts her head, brushing hair from her face. And us. We built something real, I reply. No games, no lies. Just honesty. A soft breeze ruffles my suit jacket. I take a deep breath, savoring the moment. 1 year ago, I would have panicked if someone dared interrupt this day. Ready for forever? I ask, squeezing her hand. She laughs lightly. I've never been more ready. We walk down the aisle together, not as the man who is left at the altar, but as the man who knows his worth. Ryan and Mom follow behind, smiling. Their presence feels like the final piece of the puzzle. I glance at the guests, the familiar faces and the new ones, and feel the weight of the past lift. Emily's mistakes, Victor's arrogance, all of it is gone. Not because I wished it, not because I sought revenge, but because I changed. Because I became someone stronger, wiser, unshakable. As we reached the courtyard, sunlight dancing around us, I turned to Isabella. I can't believe we're here. You should, she says softly. You earned it. And I realize it's true. Karma had its day. But growth, my growth, was the victory I carried with me. I take her hand, feel the warmth, and whisper once more. Thank you. You were never nothing, she repeats, smiling. I close my eyes for a moment, savoring it. The man I was is gone. The man I become stands tall, steady, and free. And for the first time in my life, I feel completely whole.